Hello, good evening, Stephen.
Hi.
Thank you for your time for this interview.
No problem.
I would like to spend the next half an hour or so to talk to you regarding to have your views on the motivation. So first of all, I'd like to start off. How long you've been working with the company?
For my current company, I've been working around 4 years, around 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is your company dealing with?
Okay. My company is an online market research company. So basically, we deal with a lot of data, qualitative, quantitative data. So we use that data to help our clients to churn out reports and all that, so that they can act on whatever data that we presented to them. So it's more of like company is like a IT company where we hold a lot of data, then we try to sell the data to all those who need it.
Okay. And how big is your organization?
Okay, in Singapore there are about 5 of us. In Japan there will be about 50. So in total, roughly about 50 to 60 employees in total.
I see. How big is your team in that is with
Okay,
you?
for Singapore, which I directly manage, right? It's of about 4 of them. So I directly manage 4 of them, and I have one boss lah. I have a senior director that I report to in Singapore. So under me will be 4 of them.
So it's quite a lean organization where you're
Yes,
reporting to the MD and then you manage the
Yes.
4 staff.
Yes.
How is the working hours like during the routine days?
Routine days usually is 8 hours. Sometimes we go off early once we have finished our work, and but most of the time, because clients have last minute requests and all that, so we have to stay back maybe 1 or 2 hours. But I think it's not very frequent, luckily. Yeah.
Can you describe a little bit about your workplace environment?
My workplace environment, I would say that my boss played a big part in the environment that we are having now. We are kind of like quite relaxed. Even if you're a bit late for work, is okay. Yeah, because people usually associate Japanese company with being very strict, very tight on their schedules and all that, not flexible. But because we're in Singapore and the big boss is in Japan, so we are not sort of like constricted to this kind of rules lah for Japanese companies.
So meaning it's flexible.
It's flexible, correct.
How would you feel about your subordinates feel about the environment?
I would say that they enjoy the working environment here, and some of them those who just recently graduated, they enjoy the company, and those who have been with us or with me for the past 2-3 years, they're also quite happy lah. Then that's why they stay so long.
So they're enjoying the work that they are doing currently.
Correct.
In terms of the work process, is there a routine or fixed role for every of the employees?
Oh yes. For me, right, I have to delegate each of them work like every beginning of the week, to tell them what to accomplish at the end of the week. Or sometimes there are projects, they have to see through the projects lah. So if they have any problems, then I will guide them along. Yeah.
Do they come back to you every day?
Some of the younger graduates, they do. Yeah, because they don't have much experience in this, and my role is to teach them how to do it, how to respond to clients and all that.
So really guiding them along on the daily basis.
On a daily basis, correct.
How about are they able to cope with what they're doing? Sort of, do they have to work late?
I try not to make them stay, but if really I need their help, I will ask them to stay maybe 1 hour maximum, to stay a bit, to help me with the projects and whatever requirements the client is
basically
asking
meeting the deadline for
yes,
the
yes,
projects.
yes. Especially when it's closing up,
I see.
closing on the deadline.
And how often do you have the meeting with them?
Usually every bi-weekly, 2 times a week. So I'll meet with them and see how's their progress, what any difficulties that they have and all that. Yeah.
And how is the communication that you're doing with them? Usually face to face or?
Yeah, face to face, because our office is quite small. There's no partition, so we can see each other's screen literally. And then turn back, I can see their screen, what they're doing, their Facebooking or whatever. I don't know, but I don't restrict them to in that sense lah. They can do whatever they want as long as they finish their work. And yeah.
So in the weekly or twice a weekly meeting that you have, usually what are the topics that you will be discussing?
Okay, firstly, the most important topic will be about the current active projects that are running, and if not, will be whatever they need to ask regarding the company or some. Initially, when they came in, right, I have to introduce to them the companies and all that. So a bit of brief company description and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so basically updates, reviews on the issues as well. Okay. Do you have a vision and goals for your department?
Vision and goals. Okay. For me personally, I just want my subordinates to be happy working with the company, and also to be happy with my leadership. In terms of anything that they don't like or anything they're not happy about, try to address it as soon as possible. If not, if it keeps dragging, it will just roll into a big snowball. Yeah.
And in today's highly competitive, demanding workplace, how would you rate your employees in fulfilling their current role?
How would I rate them?
Yeah, in the scale of 1 to 10. 1 being not able to do the job, and 10
I think
being very competent.
Okay, I have to split them into a few groups. The first group will be the graduates, the young graduates. I think they are quite good already, given their experience, their lack of experience. So probably I will give them about 8 or 9 upon 10. Then those who are, or I say the one that has been quite long with me for 2-3 years, I would say that he's also at the same range, because he knows what he has to do, and he guides the young ones along also. Yeah.
So you have also KPIs for your company within the organization?
Okay, for KPIs, because our Singapore office doesn't do sales aggressively, so KPIs will be more of a internally set by our Singapore director. So he wants us to set this KPI and try to achieve it. Usually his KPI is lower than the main office KPIs. So we try to reach step by step, slowly at a time. So yeah.
Okay. How would you describe the workplace process? Is it smooth going, or you have to deal with situations quite often?
Workplace processes, I would say there are not much situations other than some human errors here and there, because we depend a lot on technology in terms of IT and all that. So sometimes there will be problems in terms of the engineers will need to take part in terms of the programming part of the survey and all that. So we will need this kind of help from our Japan engineers. So these are the kind of issues that cannot be addressed immediately also. So we will just have to raise up the issue, and we'll have to wait for the engineers to respond. Yeah.
Other than IT, would you feel that, for example, there are some of your staff not being able to carry out their duties efficiently or effectively?
I would say they are pretty effective in what they do. Okay, so maybe because I guide them well.
So meaning they are
Okay.
able to accomplish the
Yeah, they're able
job.
to accomplish the task at hand lah. So whatever they can't do, I won't. They can't do. Right, I try not to allocate them the task first, unless I have taught them and I'm sure that they can do it. Then I'll leave them alone and they'll do it on their own lah.
About the employees' motivation, how would you rate their job satisfaction in their current role and motivation?
Employers' motivation level, I would say employee. I would say it's out of, maybe you give me out of 10, they are maybe 7 or 8, around there, because some of them study in different studied in like engineering, non-IT related stuff lah. But our company is more of like a technology company, like sort of like an IT company focusing on market research. So I would say that when they came into our company, they had to learn everything from the start.
Okay.
So in a sense, this helps to motivate them in terms of learning new things. They learn new things almost every day. Then this sort of motivates them. Other than that, I think under the routines that we have lah, sometimes we have routines like when there's a project, you need to do a certain list of SOPs that you need to do. So these are the routine stuff that always kills the sort of motivation of the team. Yeah, because it's quite routine and boring to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So given that, what could be the factors which you think makes the employee stay with the company? Given that the job role is very routine.
What makes them stay?
Is it the pay? Is it the environment? Is it
I would say the pay is quite competitive. The boss, our pay is quite competitive lah. It's no matter where you go, you still get that kind of pay. It's not low, it's not super high also, so it's okay. So we feel that the motivation to stay in this company would be to learn new things, especially for the young graduates, and the ones who have been with me, the only one who have been with me for like 3 years. I think his motivation would be accomplishing so many tasks at hand at one go, so he feels a sense of satisfaction, achievement, or whatever you call it, because it can be quite taxing when multiple projects are running at the same time, and it's not easy for any one person to handle it.
In your opinion, what will be the most crucial factors in getting the right people for the job?
Crucial factors in getting the right people, I would say the attitude of the person. I think that's the only one important thing that I'm looking for. Yeah, but during interview you can't tell the person's attitude, so you just got to hire him first, see how it goes. And if his attitude doesn't change after you tell him to change, if there's a need to change that is, then so far we haven't fired anyone because we see no reason to. So everyone that comes in who is willing to learn and has a good attitude is someone that I'm looking for. So.
Okay. Yeah. So to you, attitude is the most important factor.
Correct.
One last question. If there's one thing that you would change to the current environment, what would that be?
I would think the transparency of the main office from Japan office to the Singapore office, the communication, because in Singapore office there's only one Japanese director, the rest of us are Singaporeans. So whatever that is communicated to our Japanese director is not communicated to us in the correct sense lah. I mean, not everything is communicated to us, so we don't know what is happening in the main company. For example, our company may be buying over some companies in Japan, but we don't know. So it's like in Singapore we feel like we are like stagnant even though our sales has actually exceeded expectations. We don't know. Yeah. So I think communication between the main office and Singapore office has to be improved in this sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for your time in taking part of this interview.
No problem.